Hi, Beachbody coaches. It took my computer a minute to load, so I wasn't sure if it was loading or not. Super excited today. We have a special guest coming to us, and she is a four-star diamond coach. She has hit Success Club 10 for 38 months in a row, and she's coming live to us from Clovis, California. Coaches, I'd like to welcome Carmen Melgoza. Go ahead and come on in, Carmen.
Hi, good morning.
How's it going?
It's going great, thank you.
Okay.
So,
You want
yes,
to go ahead and just like give an introduction to yourself and kind of how you found Beachbody and
yes. So I actually found Beachbody around 2008, and all of that was because I was looking for an accounting job. And I actually, when I got to Beachbody, that's where my interview was gonna be. So I got hired and I started working in the accounting department. When I got there, like I said, I had no idea who Beachbody was. So I started getting into a healthy lifestyle. I was coming from a very ugly place. I was going through a toxic relationship. My dad had passed away from a heart attack. So I felt like I really needed to do something to educate myself so I can inspire my family to also start making healthy lifestyle changes. So it was just a perfect opportunity for me to start working out, to start drinking Shakeology. And suddenly I was just sharing my story on social media and people were asking me like, what is it that you're doing? They were seeing that I was getting results. On my first transformation, I actually lost between 45, 50 pounds. One of my first programs actually was hip hop apps and P90X. And from there, I just kept like sharing through my story, through my social media. And like people were asking me, so I realized I was being a coach without being a coach, because I was not just sharing the process, but people were also, they knew what I was going through after losing my dad. They knew that I was not showing myself like I used to show before getting into this toxic relationship. So I mean, obviously life got in the way, but Beachbody was always there. Beachbody really, I see it this way, and I really, really mean it. Like Beachbody saved my life, changed my life, because it wasn't fun going through the period of my life of kind of losing myself, not knowing where I was going, not knowing what to do, but just knowing that I had the tools, that I had a community, really helped me to move forward, to keep sharing, because it wasn't not only about me, it was about the people that were actually watching my story, watching my posts and Facebook. So then I realized, you know what, maybe it's time for me to make a switch. And I took a hard decision, but it was like a emotional decision, because I love working for Beachbody, but at the same time, I felt like I really had a purpose of helping people and changing lives. So I decided to leave Beachbody and focus on start coaching. At the beginning, everything was going great, but I was still got kind of in that toxic relationship. But so I wasn't really very serious about the business. I was just more like a hobby coach. But then also I remember that one of the main things about working on your transformation is also working on your mind. So I realized that I had the tools, and if I really wanted to save myself and get out of that toxic relationship, I really had to go back to what worked for me, kind of the beginning. So I started doing a lot more self-development. I started reading, I started just being more vulnerable and finding out that there was a lot more people going through the same struggles I was going, just getting some advice. And I took the decision to leave that relationship and find myself again. I share that on public. I know sometimes it's hard to share very vulnerable moments, but that's when you really, really connect with the people that are watching your story. Because like I say, sometimes we feel like, oh, this is just happening to me. And you kind of become in that mentality of being the victim, because, oh, this is just me. But then when you realize that there's other people, and the people that actually overcame that situation, to me, I saw that as an inspiration. And I was like, if they did it, I can do it too. And I can inspire other people to do the same. So I really got myself into self-development. And after that, I start obviously being more aggressive about sharing. That's why it's so important. And you perhaps hear your coach always telling you it's very important to be consistent on social media and share your journey, share your transformation, because although you may feel like it's not relatable to other people, you never know. And honestly, when I do videos or when I just talk to other people and I share what I went through, sometimes people are like, wow, I never thought that happened, because now they see a different person. Now they see a new version of Carmen. And so it is important to remind people that, yeah, you were probably on that place too, and you got out of there, so you can be an inspiration for them. So when I share my story, I feel like it's not about me, it's about the people that I can impact, the lives that I can change, the lives that I'm changing. And it's the motivation, it's the fuel that keeps me going, because since Beachbody transformed my life, at the beginning, and now I'm actually going through my second transformation after having a baby. I'm going through the postpartum journey, and people are following since like day one, and now they see that I've been up and down, and that's just life. That's just life. And that's why it's also so important that when you share your story, you share your struggles, and not just share the pretty moments and the moments when you were out of the hole, because that's when people really connect to you. And so now I set myself goals to help people. I know sometimes it can be easy for us coaches to think Success Club points and other stuff, but I set the goal of helping at least 20 people, at least 20 new people to start a healthy lifestyle. Because if I'm in the street, or like even on social media, you can see like everybody needs these. Everybody needs Beachbody. Everybody needs the tools that we offer, the community, the new habits of getting into self-development. And I make sure that I focus on that, because I didn't know what self-development was. And yet, once I started getting into that changed my life. That changed the way I was thinking. That got rid of my limited beliefs. And when you get rid of those limited beliefs, you show up more confident. You show up showing your story, and people see that, and they're like, I want to drink, I want to do whatever Carmen is doing, because I see that she's doing it. So I set the goal of 20 people, but I always surpass that. And I put it like a minimum goal, because I know sometimes it's easy to think, oh, only that, and then you just relax. No, don't relax, because the more you share your story, the more consistent you're on social media, the more lives you can actually impact. So now that I'm going through my postpartum, it haven't been easier. Actually, my baby is 11 months today. And throughout these 10 months since I started this second transformation, I've been sharing. And I'm also sharing that, oh man, it's not easy. But you know what makes it a lot fun and easier is having a community, having the tools, because I know what to do. I did it on my first transformation. Now I'm doing it again. And perhaps it's going a little bit slower, but it's because I'm also understanding how my body is working now. And I am accepting that. And I am not comparing myself to anyone out there. So when I share that, other ladies that are going through the same kind of process, they feel better, and they're like, I can do it too. So, I mean, basically, if you get something from this, is like, don't be afraid to share your story, because you never know when you can be changing lives. And actually, yesterday I got a message from a girl that she was following me for almost 4 years. Imagine if I stopped on those 4 years sharing my story and just sharing my day-to-day healthy lifestyle. That girl probably would have never took action. And she finally did after 4 years. And one of the messages that I got, it was actually, Carmen, I am so grateful and I'm so thankful. And I thank God that I follow you through those years, because you actually inspired me to finally take action. And it's been only a week since I started, but even my husband is noticing that my energy levels are different. I used to come back from work and take naps. Now I'm not doing it. And I was just like so emotional, and I was like, wow, you see, that's the power of sharing your story and being consistent, because you are really, really, really changing people's lives. People see that, they trust you, they see that you're real. And this is about being you, being brave, being bold, and share your story from the heart. It's so easy to be like, oh, to play comparison games and think like, oh, but my story is different. I don't have anything to share. No, yeah, you do have something to share, because there's so many people there that are going through different struggles, and perhaps your struggle can relate to someone else, or someone else can share your story. You're doing live videos. I like to do a lot of live videos because that's how you can show up, and people can see your personality, and people can sense that you're being authentic, that you're being real. And if they reshare that, it's just like a ripple effect. You know, the more people share it, the more lives more people can see it, and more people can come to you and ask for help. So, I mean, I'm so grateful for this amazing opportunity, because now I'm actually doing, I'm a full-time coach, and not only me, but also my husband, because exactly 3 years ago, I decided to go all in, to be more vulnerable, to share more my story, not just like I'm eating vegetables, I'm working out, but really, really tell people why I'm doing it. And I'm doing it because of myself, because this saved me from got me out of really dark place. Now it's helping me through my postpartum journey. And I am so like blessed to be part of this amazing community of Beachbody, because just as Beachbody, the tools, the community changed my life. Now I'm changing the life of other people. And now that my baby is growing, I'm here with him. I see him like doing so many things that I was like, man, if I was not sharing my story, not connecting with so many people, and not reaching certain goals, I probably will be at a different place. And not only I can do that, but also my husband, because like I say, it's all because of me being consistent on my social media, me sharing, me being me, and just telling people what this is all about. And this is the real solution. This is a solution that changed my life, and it's changing the lives of so many people that I'm already helping. And I think I covered pretty much everything.
Okay. Thanks so much for sharing, you guys. Carmen, I love that you shared that you used to work at Beachbody Corporate, but you felt like you had this bigger calling in life. I'm sure most of our coaches who are watching have kind of felt that calling, and that you know, the ultimate goal here at Beachbody is to actually help others succeed and live healthy, fulfilling lives, and that you were able to leave your corporate job here at Beachbody and continue on your own, being a Beachbody coach, creating a community of like-minded women in a safe place for people that empowered you to get out of a toxic relationship and to further your life. And so coaches, like Carmen said, sharing your story. Stories are so powerful, and they connect with so many people. And there are people out there who are looking for you, looking for the community that you're providing. So make sure that you are writing down your story, perfecting it, crafting it to be your own, and sharing it. Carmen, I appreciate you so much coming and sharing your transformation story, your story of success. Is there any last words that you'd like to give our champions today?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, don't think about you. It's not about you. Yes, it's your story, but think about the many lives that you can impact when you share, and when you share from the heart. And I could say sometimes it's easy to think, oh, but my life is boring. I didn't really went through any struggles. It's not about that. It's about just being you, because there's people there that haven't like been to a struggle. There's people probably that haven't been to toxic relations, but they still get inspired because they see that the person that you became, the person that you're projecting in your social media, they see your stories, and they see that you're so real, that the girl that is posting something on Facebook is the girl that's showing up on the stories, and it's the same thing. So, I mean, my last advice to you will be exactly what I have here in my hand, which is be brave, be bold, and always be you when you share your stories, because you never know who is gonna change their life. Actually, you never know if you're saving someone's life on that moment, because they needed to hear your story, and they needed to feel like I am not alone. And if she did it, I can do it too. So just go out there and share. Be consistent and keep sharing, because like I said, you never know who you're going to be helping.
Thank you, Carmen. Love the words. Be brave, be bold, be you. Coaches, hope you have a fantastic week. Thanks again, Carmen, for coming on. We appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.